Hi everyone, welcome to another webisode of Living Green. Today I have the great pleasure of being in the company of Tatiana Vishnevskaya. She's a fellow broadcaster and she has her own show called New Technologies with Tatiana Vishnevskaya. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Cheryl, for inviting me to the show.
First question that I have for you is, do people care about the environment in Russia?
Well, of course, people do care about the environment in Russia, and it all begins with the own family and with the person. Because if you care about the environment, about yourself and your family cares, you will live good. And a family makes the country, and if the person will be healthy and the country will be healthy.
That's a great way to think about it. I mean, if you think about the big picture, you're going to say, it's beyond my control, I can't do anything, let someone else solve the problem. But if you look at the environment and bring it down to the family level, to the individual level, then you think, hey, I actually can do something about it. So my second question is, why do you care about the environment?
Well, this is another good question that I should answer, because as being the ambassador of World Green Citizen, I understand the responsibility that is on my shoulders. Because, in Russia, in Moscow, we have so many cars, the air is polluted, and every day we're stuck in the traffic, and it is very difficult to breathe well. And if you will have hundreds and tons of waste behind your car, that is not good. So we have to take care of the environment.
Now that you've talked about this, I think you've touched on it a little bit. If you wanted to break down like the first or the top 3 or 4 major concerns in Russia when it comes to the environment, what would it be?
Well, I think that Russians do concern about the environment, but they don't get the proper information. I think that we should provide Russians in Russian language the proper information,
sure,
in a very good way. Well, for the children first to understand the environmental problems, and then to the grown-ups.
Great. So the whole philosophy of passing the buck to someone else or to a government organization or to an NGO, it's just not, things aren't going to happen. We have to take responsibility at an individual level. So when we talk about the planet and we're talking about World Green Citizen and we're talking about the world, how important is it for Russia to be connected with the rest of the world when it comes to taking on initiatives that have a global impact?
You know what, Russia is a very progressive country, and of course we want to be on one leg with the world, and we take our best to have the best IT programmers, to take everything the best from the world. And what I liked in Dubai, that you have a very clean, very, very clean city and smiling people. So if people smile, that means that the environment is very healthy. And when everything is polluted, when you have dark sky, everything looks dark, and you feel not very good.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you have a happy city, it's contagious. Your citizens are going to be happy as well. And that's the kind of contagiousness we want to spread around the world. Happy people, healthy people, green environment, and an ecology that really impacts citizens around the world.
And by the way, I want to mention that if you live in the happy environment, the economy of the country rises.
Prosperity follows.
So that's it.
That's very true.
So everything begins with the person, and then it comes to the government. And if the government concerns about the environmental programs, so you will live in a healthy society.
Thanks for this great talk. We'll have you more on the show. To all of our viewers on Living Green, thanks for watching this webisode, and please stay tuned because we have a lot more shows and a lot more topics to talk about.
And you know what, I want to add that thank you that you invited me to the show once again, and I want you to follow me on World Green Citizen and live green.
Thanks for being on the show.